I got the top voice badge on LinkedIn within just 2 days. And there are a couple of reasons why this matter. And that is also why I wanted to record a separate short training on how you can get it too, because it's actually less complicated than you might think. If this is the first time that you come across me and don't really know who I am, let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Josephine Warner, and I'm a former corporate executive turned entrepreneur and business growth strategist. And I help my clients to create digital courses. But you know what? If you don't have the right audience, if you don't have an audience that is super excited and that is your ideal client, like consists of your ideal clients, it's not going to do you much good. It will be very, very hard to sell your offers to that audience. And that is why I'm also helping my clients to build a highly engaged audience on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is my preferred social media platform. But let's dive into today's training. So first of all, what I'm referring to when I'm talking the top voice badge is I'm referring to this small little kind of like yellowish thing you have under, or you get to have underneath your tagline, or as I like to call it, your one line moneymaker. This is kind of like a top badge that you get as soon as you are within the top 5% of the people that comment on articles on LinkedIn articles. And I will show you exactly how you do that, and also how you can increase the probability of you getting this top badge. As I said, I got it within 2 days, so it's not as difficult as it might seem. And the reason why you want to have such a badge is because there are two reasons. And the one of them is it gives you some kind of credibility and authority. And when someone comes onto your profile and they see that you have this badge on your profile, they might think, oh, this person really knows their stuff, which you obviously do, because you will pick topics to comment on that you do know things about. So that is one thing why it's so important to have it. The other piece is that LinkedIn has introduced some new metrics and analytics. So you go here to your analytics. Not everyone has it yet, so you might not have been rolled out to you yet, but as soon as you get it, you will see it. So you go to the analytics, and then you see the weekly sharing tracker. And this is where you see that actually the contributions are part of that tracker, meaning if you don't do these contributions, it might impact your visibility. And as soon as your visibility is impacted, it will reduce kind of the number of people who see your posts, who engages in your posts. So that might be also why you're doing this. So the metrics that are currently counted are posts, how often you post, your comments, the comments you're doing, and the contributions. It does not say anything about the quality. It just counts the number of posts, comments, and contributions that you're doing. So assuming you would just write great post, well done, it actually counts as one, even though if you've listened to what I'm teaching is that you don't want to spend time on those comments like just great posts. You want to build authority even in the comment field. So that is why I think you should consider adding contributions to these articles too. There are no or zero contributions. So I need to add a contribution, because that is how you get this badge. So when you click here on add contribution, this is where it takes you. You get a whole list of collaborative articles that you can add your information to. But as you see, these are like pretty crowded already, and you want to pick an article which is less crowded. I would also suggest you pick an article or a topic that is close to your niche. I mean, for me, it wouldn't make much sense if I would pick an article and talk about healthcare, because first of all, I don't know much about healthcare, and second of all, my ideal clients usually not within healthcare. They don't identify themselves as healthcare specialists. And that is why I suggest that instead of just picking on that tab, you pick a different tab, or you follow a different link. And I'm going to add the link underneath this video too, so that you can grab the right link and pick your topic. So here you see all the kind of different collaborative articles that you can pick from. So you just scroll through all of these different topics, and pick one. Take one that is not kind of like super crowded, where you might be able to actually stand out and gather that batch a little bit rather sooner than later, because the less competition it is about these collaborative articles, the faster you will actually get your batch. Okay, so the topic I picked here was the small business management, so that I can keep that batch. But as you see, these articles aren't like updated every single day. So I might need to look for a different topic. And then what you do then is just, you scan these titles. Is there a title that you actually like, that you actually would be able to provide some knowledge to show your authority and to show your expertise? Because these, what you contribute, that will be shared afterwards, so everyone can go in and check it out. And that is also why I think, don't use a bot for this. Don't you could always ask ChatGPT to, if you want to sound a little bit more eloquent, to rewrite it, but it still needs to be you, right? Everything you do, if you share content, if you share a newsletter, if you share a video, whatever it might be, make sure it is you. It sounds like you. Because what will happen otherwise, when people really connect with you, they will meet a totally different person compared to the one that they actually got to know in the different content. So pick a topic that you think, oh, I can actually add some juice to this. I can show off a little bit here what I really think about this, and don't be afraid to stand out. In this case, I really like this. How do you define a scalable marketing plan for your startup? So I'll pick that one and see what are the sub questions here. So as you can see here, since I really already have this badge, it shows that I'm one of the top 5% of the quality contributors to this particular batch, right? So that is kind of like, you will be able to track that once you have started your collaborations. And as you see here in this particular question, I would kind of like compete, if you want to put like compete, I would have to compete with Jorbert, Juliana, and Dave. And the the point here is that I would love to have more contribute, or like more likes, more comments to my comments, so that kind of moves me up the ladder of the top percent contributors. So if we then just scroll down and we see that, for example, the first one is identify your target market, and then you can add your perspective and you can see, and if you like someone else's comment, you can always like that one too. But remember, then you will compete with them, right? But I think that when you see someone who has collaborated on an article and like and trust that person, or even you just like the response they had to that question, make sure you like it. Make sure you're kind of like support them, because that is what, they will remember you for it too. And then there are different questions. So you see here you have the 7 different questions, and you can add, what I did when I did this the first time, I added my response to several of these questions, because I didn't want to just add it to one, because that, if I know more about these things, I can add it into each and every one of them. I honestly don't know if that made a difference to that I got the badge within 2 days. But if you have some more kind of like knowledge about these things, why don't you add it? Just add it. So what you do then is you click on add your perspective. So here is the first question. Identify your target market, add your perspective. And then you get some prompts here on how you can start. It's just with everything, right? It's a little bit like you need a hook so that people are drawn in. And then they start reading what you actually wrote, so that you do get a like or a comment on that, because that helps you to then move up here to the top experts in this article, because that is the purpose. That is what you want, right? To be on the top list of these articles. And that's actually it. That's what you do. And then you can like just submit it. To increase the probability that people actually see your contribution and like and give and support you in your contribution, what you can do then is exactly what I did here. Just a short kind of like statement, post a short statement. I've contributed to this article. Click the link to check it out, and then you add the link. Simple as that. As you can see, it has a very low reach, but still I got 7 comments on it and a couple of likes. So I think it definitely helped to get, my badge that fast as I did. So that was actually it. So Make sure you do these things, take it step by step. Don't overcomplicate this. Pick a topic, add a couple contributions, and share the link to your contributions with your audience or with your network, and then see what happens. And let me know what happens too. I would love to hear about your results. And don't forget, if you have any questions, add the questions underneath here about LinkedIn, about building a small business, about building an online business, whatever it might be. Make sure you add the comments underneath this video so that I have a possibility to help and support you. Thank you so much.